Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another St. Charles Stories. I'm Nate Went, Tourism and Sales Coordinator for the St. Charles Business Alliance. Also here with our digital marketing strategist, Rachel Garland.
Hello.
So we got a great episode here as we're going to be learning about the story of Harry Ant and their owner, Anthony Harrison, as we are going to kind of deep dive into this business, amazing business here in St. Charles. So, Anthony, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming on. It's been a
Right
while.
on. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We always love to get to catch up with you because you got a really amazing business and really amazing things going on over there at Harry Ant. So before we go into the business, let's learn about you a little bit and kind of learn your story a bit. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in St. Charles, favorite things to do here, and maybe some fun facts about yourself if you have some?
Right on. Well, I was born and raised here in St. Charles. Went to school here. Other than 4 years going to Western Illinois, I've lived here my whole life. Um, I enjoy going to all the parks in town and doing magnet fishing in the river and fish fishing in the river and enjoying all the restaurants and all the stuff that the town has to bring to offer. I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So wait, what is magnet fishing? Kind of interested to hear about that.
My kids learned about it on the internet, and it's like a really strong magnet on a long rope, and you throw it in the water and see if you grab anything.
Cool. That's
So
cool.
mostly we catch a lot of nuts and bolts, but we have found a dead iPhone. Nothing really too exciting yet.
Okay, but still another way to enjoy the river. See, kind of
Yeah,
like it's the metal detector version of the Fox River.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so awesome. So with being a St. Charles native, what is it about the town that has kind of brought you back, to the area and like kind of kept you here? What would you say?
I love the people. I love the town. There's plenty to do. Um, I think between like the park district being so awesome and being on a river and all the local restaurants to go to, like I don't know, we don't really need much more. There's a lot to hear. We like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think a really great thing about St. Charles is that it keeps growing. So it's like people keep wanting to stay longer and longer, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there something that you kind of seen, like, with you being here and being a native, like something that you've seen change through the years that you're like, yes, this is one of my favorite things?
I think the downtown has really stepped it up in the last decade or so.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when the Blue Goose was on the corner by the river, and the Manor restaurant was over on the other bridge, and that's where we went for our family breakfasts when growing up. And like all that's gone now, but it's I think brought back much nicer. Um, I kind of feel like other than just the strip of 64 downtown, it's kind of slowly creeping on the side roads and just expanding for more stuff to do. I really like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know. We always say that St. Charles has plenty of hidden gems, especially of those off-road kind of things. But
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about your story and what kind of brought you to opening Harry Ant?
Well, I was an art major in college, and so all my friends teased me and said, "Oh, what are you going to throw clay for a living?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I wish." But obviously, I was going to try to find something in the arts. So I got a job actually in St. Charles at Warwick Publishing right out of college, and worked my way up to being their press room manager. And then I designed liquor bottles for a couple years and bought a press right out of college, like a t-shirt printing press, just to kind of like make stuff for myself.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine owned East Side Pub back when it was open on 64. And she asked if I could do shirts for Cubs opening day. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then I made money off it. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I printing my stuff if I could be printing other people's stuff? So I literally just started telling people I know, like, hey, I can print shirts for you. And that kind of led to being more from a hobby to like a part-time job, which turned into like 5 days a week till really late at night. And my fiance was pregnant with my firstborn at the time, and I was like, I think I need to do this more. So I just kind of made the switch and said, let's do this full time. And I've been all in ever since, and absolutely loving it.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this kind of where you imagine, like, if like back in college during when you're getting your degree, like, this is where it would end up, or was there a dream of like I'm gonna go to the moon, or?
Um, No, I really didn't know where it was going to be. I probably would have taken some more business classes if I knew I'd be a business owner. Not gonna lie. So I did art and marketing, and it just kind of led me to, um, getting to the opportunity to have a business. And then I worked for only small businesses my whole life in my professional life. So that helped learning what's right, what's wrong, how to do things on two different scales. Had great ownership that I worked for, so they kind of showed me without them knowing they were showing me. But I kind of was a human sponge and soaked up how they did things and why they did things. And then I think it translated very well when I had to do it on my own.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, kind of talking about, the printing press as well, and it kind of interested to learn a little about the story a bit. So, got that back in after graduating college. Like, so do you still use that printing press? Is that still the same one that you have in store, or do you just kind of have it and it's like a memento now, like a souvenir kind of?
It's a memento right now.
Okay.
I do intend on using it again in the future for special projects. Right now, I'm kind of running out of space, so I had to make room for it to get my embroidery equipment in. But
Okay.
it is definitely not going anywhere, and I still have the old aprons hung up on the wall from 2005 as a memento. But yeah, it's pretty much the same process. Just instead of doing it manually, I have an automatic machine that saves a lot of time.
Yeah. But that
Cool.
that old printing press still has that special place in your heart.
Oh yeah, lots of hours with that thing.
Good, good.
Where does the name Harry Ant come from?
It comes from my name, Anthony Harrison. So growing up, my nickname in sports was always just Harry. Everyone called me Harry. And then pretty much my whole life, I went by Tony because that's just what people called me, I guess. Maybe because my mom called me that.
Okay.
So I figured like, well, I've always wanted to go by Anthony because that's my name. And I figured like Ant from Anthony, Harry from Harrison, and just kind of jumbled a bunch of words on a table. And when those two came next to each other, that was it.
Yeah.
It's
And
probably
then
the
the
number
Harry
one
Ant was
requested.
born.
Yeah, it's the number one requested question that I get for the most part.
Okay.
Well,
No, but I
people
mean
for
it's an
sure,
individual name, very distinctive,
yeah,
so it works.
I'd say people for sure remember it, which is kind of all you could ask for.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal, right? Most
Yeah.
of printing places are like initials or things that like, oh, was it MK? Was it TR? Like no one really remembers, but I feel like the Harry Ant people remember that.
Oh, yeah. So, are there any projects that have kind of stood out over time, or do you have any favorites?
um, yeah, I would say I really enjoy doing the St. Charles East stuff. I do a lot of the sports and clubs, and like some of the sports I've been doing for 7, 8 years. So I have to stay fresh and make sure that freshmen don't get anything close to what they get senior year. And I really enjoy seeing those around town. So being that I live in this town and I do go out a lot, just walking around with my family, I'll see St. Charles East stuff. Walking, I'm like, hey, I printed that. And like, I don't know, it just kind of feels good.
That's
Um,
cool.
and then like the opportunity to do the promotional stuff for Mayor Vitek this past year, like that was really cool, like on every corner. And I had several other people that I did theirs. And so it's kind of like, I felt like I had a small little part in helping her win the mayor. I mean, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say mostly the school stuff. I enjoy the school stuff because it makes me come up with a fresh idea all the time. And so you get like, here's the same logo, the same colors, but come up with something totally different. And like, I feel like that really keeps me um, like fresh ideas.
Yeah, and helps inspire that like artistic, ingenuity and like the design and getting the creativity going.
Yeah, because that could get you blocked sometimes.
Right, right. So, let's kind of like talk, on that same topic with, helping the high schools. But, when we last had you back on the podcast, we talked about, how you were helping out businesses with their printing needs, with like printing off shirts, things like that. Can you talk to us about what kind of inspired that when you wanted to, help out a lot of the local businesses?
Yeah, that was the great t-shirt project that I did.
Hmm.
And I just felt horrible for all the restaurants around town. That was originally what kind of started it. I'm like, because they're not getting anybody in, they're laying everybody off, they're still trying to make a living and they're paying rent. And I just was like, man, I wish there's something I could do to help this. And I was talking with some friends and I'm like, well, maybe this is what I have to offer. So maybe there's something I can do with it. And I think it worked out really well. I think I raised like $9,400 that
Wow,
I
awesome.
wrote checks for local businesses.
That's
So that was pretty
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you talked about, supporting a lot of local, working with the high schools and then helping those local businesses. What does that kind of mean to you, like to be able to support the local businesses around here?
I absolutely love it. I know it's not easy, and usually like the small mom and pop shops are priced more than a Target and Amazon and that kind of stuff. So it's really hard for people to do it for their daily life, I think. So I try to support local, whether it be local shops or restaurants and stuff like that, as much as I can, just because I know that they kind of took a beating, and most of them hopefully are still, knock on wood, still here, and if not, are coming back real soon. But I just feel like since the opportunity isn't always there, that when you do have the opportunity to use a local business, I mean, and I hear it a lot too, so I know I'm not the only one. So I feel like the town really sticks together when it comes to that. And like, I walked downtown just this weekend yesterday, and there's people everywhere, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's great for the city to actually have those additions in town now, because it does allow more people to come in,
Yeah.
and just more stuff. Like anytime there's a new spot, it's always like, ooh, what's this all about? And like, I don't know, that's exciting.
Yeah, Nate and I earlier were talking about how there's so much to celebrate in St. Charles, and like we mentioned earlier, so much growth. So
Yeah, it's crazy lately, I feel like.
yeah, we love it. I mean, being a business clients, we love it.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
so
So,
going back to your business, what's something that you really take pride in?
I take pride in my word. I think that's really important. If I say I'm gonna get it to you by this time, and you're gonna have the right imprint at the right quantity, and the day I told you, you said it, like that's, I think that goes a long way as far as being trustworthy.
Yeah,
And obviously, I believe my quality is very high. But when it comes to customer service and just trusting that, hey, I gave it to him, and my event's on Saturday, and I said I needed it Friday, that you're going to get it on Friday and you won't have to stress about it. I feel like that would probably be something I'm most proud of.
yeah, and that's super important in this industry, especially because marketing materials need to be out almost like with
Oh yeah.
exact lines. So
And a lot of times, like people come, short time before their event or something, and like, I don't know your event, but you do. And
yeah,
so whether it was someone dropped the ball, or you're just a procrastinator, or you gave me 6 months, it doesn't matter. I'll get it done when you needed it done by.
yeah,
that's awesome.
absolutely. And so, before we get into some of the more questions, let's actually talk about the business. So, can you tell us about where your location is at? Hours, how can people like what can people order from you, things like that.
Right on. We're in St. Charles on the east side off Tyler Road, Sidwell Court, and it's kind of like the industrial off Tyler. We do screen printing, embroidery in-house, and then I also have sources for stickers, signs, banners, all the little promotional product type stuff. But our bread and butter is definitely screen printing and embroidery.
Okay. And so people can submit a design, or can you like work with them to design something?
Yeah, I would say probably 60% of what I do is just, here's the logo, this is the shirt color, this is where I want it done. And 40% of it is a drawing on a napkin, or just a brief description of kind of, hey, this is what I'm going for. And then I put it together for them. So yeah, I actually do like that too, especially when it comes to businesses who've had the same imprint year after year after year. And like, we just want to do something more fun with it. So then I help them get creative with doing different ink colors or different color combos to make it look nice.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
So if people want to seek you out to schedule something, where should they look for? Like social media, your website?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook. It's just the Harry Ant, and email, sales@theharryant.com. Pretty much, I get people that try to send orders through Snapchat, Messenger, pretty much you name it, they throw them at you. So anywhere you can see the Harry Ant, since no one else is using it, it's pretty easy to find me.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome job, Anthony. You've made it through our gauntlet of questions. One last one for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the St. Charles community before we wrap up?
No, I would just say support each other. Quit going online and complaining about everybody else. And it really irks me when I see people comment about the other businesses in town and they've never walked a day in their shoes. They have no idea how much effort they put into their business. But they'll complain that they had to wait 2 minutes or they're out of stock of something. And it's like the whole world's out of stock. The whole world's waiting on stuff. And I just wish everybody would band together and know that you're not alone. And whoever you're complaining about, I'm sure is trying very hard or they wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No, love that message. It's all about, supporting everyone, especially supporting local right now is, everyone's just trying their best to get through each day.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard enough, right?
Right. So, well, awesome job, Anthony. We really appreciate the time and love having you on the show. So,
Thanks for
again,
having me.
everyone, check them out. Go Facebook, Instagram, the website. Give these guys a try if you need some t-shirting needs, because I mean, they do a phenomenal job. We've used them. Can't recommend them enough. So,
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me.
yeah, of course. So, well, that'll wrap up our St. Charles Stories episode here. We'll have more coming down the line. So, until then, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all next time. Hey, everyone. Thank you again for watching our video here. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So, if you haven't, go check out some of our other content. There's so much information out there to learn about our amazing businesses, people in St. Charles, and so much more. If you have some time, we'd like to share some information with you about some amazing things that you can take advantage of to stay in tune with what's going on here in St. Charles. So the first up being, go to our website. If you go to our website, you can see all the amazing things that St. Charles offers, as we have so much information on there. You can find our happy hour hub, live music schedule, where to stay for a weekend, and so much more, especially to our events. Make sure to go to our events page, see all the events that are happening throughout the year, get them on your calendar because they are so much fun. You don't want to miss them. So again, www.scalliance.org, go check all that information out and go have some fun and plan your stay here in St. Charles. Another great way to stay informed on what's going on in St. Charles is our What's Up St. Charles newsletter. If you haven't, make sure to sign up for that. You can also sign up for that on our website by scrolling all the way to the bottom of the page. In the bottom, there will be a place where you can put your email in and sign up for the newsletter. It's a great way to stay informed on any of the major events that are coming up or anything going on in our businesses. We have businesses that put in deals, specials, and events in there. So it's a great way to stay on top of and check out some great places if you're interested. Last is we've been super excited and happy about our Travel St. Charles app. It has been awesome to see the reception as people have really been enjoying it and getting to use it to its full extent. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to, because you can take part in our new brewery tour challenge, where if you go to 6 breweries, you can win a t-shirt. Check that out. But we also have a little promo here that's going to talk about the app a little bit. So here's our little video on our Travel St. Charles app.